Good afternoon, I'm Maggie Charters, and today I'd like to read part of my book to you. It's I Am KELLIE, EARL, Peace Carries a Cost, the latest release. And so this is my best copy, the latest one, as opposed to my first one. So this book has been updated and improved and, it's a lot better. Even though they've got 5 stars, this is a lot better. So, okay, so reading from the blurb on the back of the cover, it says, I Am KELLIE, EARL, Peace Carries a Cost, latest release, is a psychological thriller filled with stories of Russian spies, Borneo War survivors, imprisoned women, that's in Fairley Women's Prison in Melbourne, and revenge killings. It is set in the 1960s and 70s. Kallie's glamorous and enigmatic Russian-born mother, Yana, is pregnant with Kellie when she flees Russia as a 10-pound pom. She brings her 2-year-old son, Billy, with her. Yana mistakenly hopes to have a new life in Port Melbourne. Kellie is abused by Yana's wealthy husband, George. Despite Kellie becoming a famous author, she kills George and she gets away with the perfect murder. Finding no peace, she confesses to the perfect crime. She finally finds peace as Miss Z, the murderess, when she is incarcerated in Fairley Women's Prison. This exciting novel is a complex and intriguing story about the harrowing consequences of wars. It is a story within a story within a story, a cleverly written novel. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to read to you the introduction from the book. As Kellie says, sometimes we must accept our fate. In defiance, we might try to wriggle our way off destiny's winding path, defy moral fibres, and force open the slammed doors of disappointment. And then we envisage the light shining at the end of the tunnel and struggle to fortify or justify our very existence. We might compare ourselves to others, real or imagined, and embellish our lives with subjective ideals or precious jewels and riches. We might ask, who are we? Why are we here? Is modern man any different to philosophers of old? Have we evolved? In my reality, my readers have evolved. They no longer want to read about fairy floss romances in palaces. Instead, they want the proven and tried reality of flawed people who batter the innermost dramas of conscience, justice, and retribution. People just like me. They want to get inside the minds of outsiders, and then they want to follow them on their tumultuous journey of recovery as they find the true meaning of love and hate, even if it doesn't come till the last page of the book. Yours truly, B.M. Rising, aka KELLIE, EARL. Okay, and now I'm going to read the prologue. I might say, we've got 94 chapters in this book. It's quite a thick book and a good read. Okay, the prologue. 1980. This is set when Kellie's in Fairley's Women's Prison after she confesses to killing George. 1980. Exposed and naked, I stood in one of the prison's whitewashed shower cubicles. There were full-height walls on both sides and a waist-high swing door to preserve some modesty. The single head shower had a mind of its own, with both the temperature and water pressure fluctuating at will. Now warm water gently splashed onto my long grey flecked hair. I consider that at 45 years of age I was too young to start showing signs of aging, but sometimes nature and attitude don't match. And besides, inside Fairly Women's Prison, I didn't have access to Andre, my private hairdresser of many years. As I pushed my feelings of regret and self-pity to the back of my mind, the warm liquids washed away the dust I'd collected in my daily walk around the concrete yard. It snaked down my lithe frame. It cleansed my body, but not my mind. The persistent dirt that caked my reasoning was untouched. Water had no impact on the grime that festers in your soul and pusses your eyelids together till no one can look inside. They say that your eyes are the windows of your soul. So maybe I don't have a soul, but that explanation is too simple, and my story is far from simple. Okay, now I'll just read to you the epilogue. This is at the end of the book. It's time for me to reflect again, to remember when I lingered on my mountain top, where the air is fresh and the flowers are sweet, a sacred place where spirits meet. There is a cross at its base, a dark space where I buried George. Blessed peace to my readers, to the followers and leaders, to the abandoned and broken with their words unspoken. May you find your mountain top and breathe fresh air, or freely fly like a butterfly without a care. The world is cruel, the world is kind. I pray that you have peace of mind. Yours truly, B.M. Rising, aka KELLIE EARL. Okay, now like I said, this book is available on Amazon as a hardback copy or as an ebook. And what I'm trying to show in this book is that don't judge people by their face value. Everyone has a story, and that's what KELLIE finds when she goes into Fairly Women's Prison. Sorry, she meets the other women, and at first they might appear rough and gruff, they might be murderers or arsonists or kleptomaniacs, because she shares a cell with beautiful Lucinda Plims, who's an Indian lady who's a kleptomaniac. But she digs into their story to understand what's happened in their life. And while she's in prison, KELLIE writes a book about her story, and all the prisoners share their stories with her. So I'm telling this story of KELLIE, and then KELLIE is telling a story of herself, of KELLIE, and the prisoners are telling KELLIE their stories. So she's sharing their stories in this book, and we meet some very colourful, flagrant people. Rance Lourdes, she's a prison bully, and we find out what happened in her life, which was pretty amazing. And then we've got other people, but they all come from different backgrounds. They're all diverse, and it's very fast moving, the story in parts, as we hear their stories and we follow the women on their journey. But more importantly, we also follow George on his journey. George is the villain. He was the one who abused KELLIE in my previous book, Bad Moon Rising, and KELLIE does kill him. But we delve into George and what happened in his childhood, what turned him so poisonous. And, we might become a bit more sympathetic, but not too sympathetic. But, we just have to understand the way people think. And KELLIE draws on a lot of philosophy in her book, because she reads the philosophical books in the prison library. And so she shares a lot of philosophy. She tries to equate it to modern man, and she realizes that people today are just like people hundreds of years ago. We all have the basic needs like Maslow's hierarchy. We all need love and nurturance and acceptance. And of course, as a child, KELLIE never had any of that. with her mother, Yana, because Yana was very close to Kelly and kept secrets about Russia. And the same with her brother, Kelly's brother, Billy. And so, anyway, so this is a book, I Am Kellie Earl, Peace Carries a Cost, latest release. So make sure to get your copy, and please give me your feedback. You know, I look forward to hearing your comments, what you say, what you think about the characters, who you liked the most, who you didn't like. And so happy reading, everyone. I look forward to hearing from you. Bye bye. Thank you.